The Trayvon Martin case proves beyond any doubt the American judicial system absolutely reeks and stinks to high heaven. Let's not forget Rodney King, who, by the way, after he wrote a book, went on a tour, was murdered at his pool. Rodney King loves to swim. Rodney King is a good swimmer. He did not drown by accident. Now, let's start looking at this Trayvon Martin case and all this, the aftermath, which is unbelievable. First of all, stand your ground. In order to use stand your ground, you must have a hearing on stand your ground. And Zimmerman refused to have that hearing. And stand your ground had absolutely nothing to do with the case or the trial, which I happened to watch every single minute of on my computer, so I didn't have to bear all the commercials on TV. I'm holding this book that I wrote so you could actually read all about the judicial system, which includes the Supreme Court of the United States. Just one more little fact that nobody knows, which is unbelievable. There were 1,221 consecutive petitions filed for writs of mandamus to the Supreme Court of the United States. All of them, every single one, was either denied or dismissed. Now, that's since 1989. Do you think that's some coincidental miracle? Of course it isn't. That's outright corruption. We have this unbelievably corrupt judicial system. So let's get back to Trayvon Martin. They didn't have a hearing. They never said anything about stand your ground, anything, in the entire trial. And now that's all they're talking about, is stand your ground. Let's go to the second thing, racism. Was Zimmerman a racist? I don't know. If you accuse Zimmerman of being a racist, that's no different than Zimmerman calling 911 to report Trayvon for being suspicious, who he observed for a matter of seconds on his way home from the store. We all know that. That's an absolute fact. So, this whole racial deal, if you really wanted to find out if Zimmerman is a racist, first of all, look at the other 5 cases he reported that he said all the assholes get away. Well, who were the assholes supposed to be? Were they all black? There are police reports on every time they dispatched the squad car. So, did the cops actually find these assholes and talk to them? Were they all black? We don't know. It would be easy to look at the reports and see what the cops wrote down after they went to that complex based on a Zimmerman 911 call. Here's what we do know about Zimmerman, without any question. He wanted to be a cop. He applied to be a cop. He went to school and took courses to be a cop. He went to the gym to learn how to fight, to be a cop. And he couldn't fight. Now, we then know that he went after Trayvon because he said so. He actually said he did. Now he lies about it. Okay? He lies about it. But we know he left the vehicle. He was told not to pursue him. You don't need to do that, the dispatcher said. But he did it anyway. Because he's obsessed. He wants to be a cop. And he actually believes that he could be a cop if he somehow has assholes arrested and convicted, I guess. What's in his crazy head? I have no idea. But we know he wanted to be a cop. That's his motive. Now, if you really want to know if he's a racist or not, that's easy. Racists talk about racism all the time. That's what they do. So if I went down to Florida to find out if Zimmerman is a racist, that would be a piece of cake. But I don't know if he's a racist, and nobody knows if he's a racist. But we do know he wanted to be a cop. He's obsessed with wanting to be a cop. And that's what he's doing. He wants to be the captain of the watch. He wants to go for rides in a squad car. Right? That's what he does. And he thinks in his crazy mind, because he's nuts, that he's going to get hired because of these actions. And now he shot Trayvon Martin so he could become a cop. The guy's crazy as a bedbug. How do we get justice for Trayvon Martin? It's easy. Because all we need to do is have Reverend Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all these other black leaders demand that Zimmerman be tried for lying to law enforcement, for making up false reports on Trayvon alone. We know that to be a fact. Now, what if these assholes that he keeps talking about don't even exist? What if they're actually ghosts? They don't exist. They're just literally ghosts in his wacko mind. Okay? So after he is charged with false reports to the dispatcher, that's pure as the driven snow, then he needs a psychiatric examination. And believe me, on top of being incompetent for trial, he's dangerous. We know he's dangerous with his gun that he owns, that he has a permit for, that he used to shoot this kid after he went after the kid. Okay? So that's goodbye, George. Commit him. He's dangerous. That's the justice that all the Trayvon Martin people want. And that would be the legal way to get justice. Yes, I do want you to read this book. That's why I'm holding it here, okay? I'm holding it here so that you go on Amazon, pay $8 and change, and buy the book and actually read it so you can see what's really going on in this corrupt judicial system, because it's unreal. The big judicial system that we claim is so superior to everything on the planet. Just like we think, oh, we're told this, Americans are exceptional. Well, here's the real exceptional. They're hypocrites. I mean, they're so deep in hypocrisy in America, they can't think straight about anything. So, this is a problem that isn't going away. The Trayvon Martin case needs to be adjudicated properly. And my recommendation is what I just got through telling you. Okay? That's all there is to it. This is a simple case. Why did the prosecutors walk Zimmerman out the door on purpose? Why? It's simple. They got caught. Serino released Zimmerman. Right? He released them for 44 days. And now we know all about it. So they want to cover up Serino. And whoever else was involved in that crazy thing for releasing Zimmerman. And maybe we'll be back on the road to possible justice. But justice isn't calling this guy Zimmerman a racist until you really know he is a racist. It's the same as calling Trayvon suspicious after you actually watch this kid for seconds. We're not even talking minutes here. So the kid notices the crazy ass cracker glaring at him, tells the girl from Miami, and she testified. She did exactly what a witness is supposed to do. She told the truth. And it doesn't matter if she is the most eloquent person or the least eloquent person. She told the truth. And this nasty Don West, just a nasty cracker, needs to be brought up on charges for attacking this witness who told the truth on a witness stand and demeaning this person for nothing at all, for telling the truth. But Don West doesn't care about the truth, and O'Mara doesn't care about the truth. If he could trick Zimmerman out the door with a bunch of screwball Americans who don't even know what day it is, who are on TV making statements. I'm talking jurors now. They never got the evidence. What's the evidence? The evidence is Trayvon didn't run away from a crime. There was no crime. He wanted to get away from the creepy ass cracker, which he's entitled to do. So if he was standing his ground, he wouldn't run away. And believe me, after he punched Zimmerman out, and if he knew there was a gun, he would have taken that gun. You're not going to punch this guy out and leave him with a pistol to shoot him, which is exactly what happened. He left him with a pistol because he didn't know there was a pistol. So that's another perjury, lie that this government is trying to pull off, right? The DNA, which they took a whole solid day on, proved that Trayvon Martin didn't touch that gun. Okay? On top of the obvious fact that Trayvon Martin isn't stupid. He perceives Zimmerman as a creepy ass cracker. He was right on the money. He's not going to leave this guy with a loaded gun in his waistband unless he doesn't know it's there. You don't need the DNA. All you need is to turn your brain on that God gave you. Let's try that a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to these preachers that I just saw at the Schomburg Center on Book TV, C-SPAN. I'm going to take this to them, and let's see what happens. Let me see if they'll pursue it properly. And these lawyers, this Tubin guy, and all of them that are on television, don't have a clue about evidence, first of all. They don't have a clue about the law, or they wouldn't be talking about stand your ground, because there wasn't any hearing. They didn't want to have a hearing about stand your ground. It's crazy, because he got out of the vehicle and took off after Trayvon. He attacked Trayvon. Just because Trayvon won the fight doesn't mean he started the fight. Just because Zimmerman yelled help because Trayvon smacked him around, and we know that the gym guy, the instructor, the martial arts guy that had Zimmerman training in the gym for a year, says Zimmerman had absolutely no skills. He was soft. That was his word. He was soft. Okay? So here's this wannabe cop who's soft. How's he going to arrest anybody? He can't. Maybe that's why the cops didn't want to hire him. That would make some sense, right? Thank you. Let's leave it at that for the moment. Let's see if we can't get on track with the actual evidence of what happened here. And the media that distorts everything. And they bring on these experts that don't even know what they're talking about. Okay? Let's address that deal. Thank you.